All right, y'all, I am tired, but I've been meaning to film all week and I haven't, but I want to because I've been meaning to. So I think I'm gonna go write down what I'm gonna talk about though. If y'all could see my bedroom right now, it's such a mess. We got back from doing 2 weddings in New York. We have another wedding in LA this Saturday, and I am exhausted and kind of stressed out, and also have a few more events after this weekend, but it's gonna be okay because it always is. It actually isn't as bad, as it has been before. Like, I have support. I started asking one of my associates, my cousin, to start helping me. So she's been helping me with some admin things, which has been really helpful. I'm a part of teams that I really love, so I can't really complain. I don't have any makeup on because, I don't know, I thought I would just show like my true, raw, real self. I don't know, it might just never see the light of day, we'll see. So if I'm being honest right now, life is a mess. Not life. Apartment is a mess, and I just haven't been feeling inspired to film. All right, so usually I'm just in my PJs. I wore this shirt the last couple of days with the intention of filming. I am here and I didn't even bother cleaning up or making my bed because I thought this is just how it is. Life isn't perfect. Sometimes at one point I will have a beautiful background for my videos in my beautifully curated apartment, but not today. So I've been meaning to film this for a while. I just want to do it. And I'm just trying to stay consistent with recording and staying on top of it. So here I am, and I have my notebook. All right, so some hard facts about me. I am born and raised in LA. I am Korean American. My parents immigrated from Korea when they were in their early 20s. I grew up in a town called Monterey Park, just outside of Los Angeles. It's basically east of LA, the San Gabriel Valley, otherwise known as SGV. I went to an arts high school for piano. I can no longer really play. I mean, I can play, but my fingers don't really move like that anymore. I went to college in Philly. I lived in New York for a year. I came back to LA for a few years. A little over 10 years ago, I moved back to New York for a random job. I moved back during the pandemic in 2020, and I am now based in downtown LA, and I live with my husband, John. I have an older sister. I have 2 nephews. I have a younger brother who's a lot younger than me. He just got married. I don't know how much I'll be able to share about them in general. I do want their permission to film them at some point, but nobody really knows that I'm doing this. So we'll see if that ever happens. My parents moved from Monterey Park to another town after I went to college. So by the time I came back from college, my childhood home that I had grown up in my entire life was gone, which was pretty sad. I have been married for 5 years. John and I have been together for 11 years. We met at a music festival called EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival. The festival was doing its first year in New York, obviously after having been in Vegas and LA and all of that. And we met just randomly. It turns out later on that we had a bunch of mutual friends because we're both Korean from LA. So of course we have mutual friends. Now we've been married for 5 years. I'm short. I'm 5'1". I don't know. I feel like as I get older, I'm just gonna become shorter and shorter. Like my mom is, I feel like she's disappearing, but that's okay. In my generation, I just feel like being this short is okay. What else? I don't know what my favorite color is. I wear a lot of black and neutrals. Black, white, case in point, beige and tan and off-white and gray. Those are all colors that I wear. And I don't know, my style just wasn't a thing. I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, I didn't really have my own style. I just kind of wore what I thought was trendy, very basic. And I didn't really spend money on style just because I was always trying to be frugal and things like that. But I realized you don't really have to spend money to have your own style. And these days, I don't really spend money shopping just because it's just not as important to me right now at this moment. Not that I wouldn't like to shop, but I try to make do with what I have. And also, shopping at places like Uniqlo and Zara, which are very affordable, but still you can kind of make stylish or your own, right? How I would describe myself in 3 words. 3 words or phrases. I would say that I'm generally a nice person, or that I try to be. I'm learning how to set more boundaries for myself, to stand up for myself, to just understand if I'm being taken advantage of. Sometimes resistant to conflict, and that's why I just would rather be nice, just to avoid conflicts. You know what I mean? It's hard to deal with shitty people. Sometimes I'd rather just not deal with them. It just depends, I guess, on the situation. Like, how much do I want out of this person? What relationship do I already have with them? Like, what is going to be the result of that? Recent years, I've just, I don't know, seen people's true colors and just realized that not everyone is who they claim to be or, you know, present themselves to be. Anyway, I ramble. I've been trying to figure out if I'm an extrovert or if I'm like an introverted extrovert, because I'm not a super people person. Like, I like being around people and I like talking to people, but I do value my alone time now. But I think I'd rather be around people and around friends. John says I'm an extrovert and not an introverted extrovert. I just always want to be around people, and I thrive and I feel great when I'm around people. And I do think it's true. I love connecting with other people, learning about their lives and their stories, and making space for people that matter to me now, making space for people that want to take up space in my life. I think that's a reason why I started the channel, right? To connect with people I normally wouldn't connect with. I don't have coworkers or anything like that, so it's tough for me to have that kind of natural community these days. So I am a pretty outgoing, extroverted person. And then I guess the third thing I would say is I'm a hard worker. John and I have our own business together, and if I wasn't a hard worker, I don't think I could be trying to achieve being a successful business owner. So those are the three things that I would describe myself as. Nice, or I try to be nice. I do try to be empathetic. I feel like that falls into the category. I'm an extrovert. I love being around people and connecting with people, and I am a hard worker. So I did ask my friends too what they thought of me, if they could describe me. Some of the words that they said did overlap with what I thought about myself. One of them said I was kind and considerate, was empathetic. They used ambitious, which is true. Adventurous. That was one that someone said that I didn't think about for myself. But I guess I am adventurous. You know, I do like experiencing new things. I feel like these days work has really just taken over my life. But I do like experiencing new things, and we've been traveling a little bit more and just making it a point to book trips, which is really exciting, and it's really great that we're a little bit more financially stable to be able to do that. I think how I want others to see me is, yes, I do want to be seen as that I'm thoughtful. I am in the service-based industry. I feel like I wouldn't be in it if I didn't want to help people in some way or the other. I don't want to just be a yes person. I want to be able to be honest and transparent, and I want to be honest, and I want to be direct, and I want to be able to say how I feel, not at the expense of other people's feelings, but because that's the way it should be, and I want to be a good communicator. That's what I try to relate to all clients and potential clients, is that I'm pretty laid back, but I tell it like it is. And I think that's something that not everyone appreciates or wants, but the ones that really do understand that, I really provide that. I'm an event planner. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I started out at a marketing agency doing branded events, what you might know as branded activations. Experiential marketing is the specific term for this industry, and a lot of it is sales-driven, content-driven events to drive, or grow buzz around brands and products, all geared toward consumers and amplifying presence on social media and in the world, or whatever it is. But anyway, I used to do that for like 6 or 7 years, and I didn't want to do it anymore. It just got really stressful. It was really fun for a while. I think I learned so much, or not I think, I know I learned a lot from all the work that I did. At the bottom of my heart, I always knew that I wanted to start my own business. I transitioned over to doing weddings because I'd always been doing weddings for friends and friends of friends, or like family on the side while I was planning these events. I just really enjoyed them because I had so much more of a personal connection with my clients, And that was a lot more important to me than starting to work on brands or like events that I just didn't really care about anymore. We've been doing this for about 4 years, a little over 4 years, but obviously there was a stop during the pandemic because all events stopped. That was in 2020 for a couple of years. And this year I finally feel like we're finding our footing. And John is my partner. He's the DJ side of the business. I do the planning and design. You know, right now we still freelance for other event companies. But luckily I've been working on not experiential marketing as much, but more for like conferences, creating spaces for either employees at companies or creatives. That's something that I've really been enjoying, and I feel really fortunate to be working on these events. This is probably going to be my 4th video. I'm proud of myself for filming it. I don't know how I look. I feel like I'm squinting a lot because I'm tired and my eyes are dry. I might watch this later and wonder, why did I film it on my messy ass bed? But I don't know, sometimes maybe that's just what you gotta do. I'm really excited for this weekend because I'm going to be seeing my family. It's my cousin's baby's 1st birthday. So it'll be a good time with family, and I think I just need one day to not think about work. I feel like I've been working or thinking about work for the last 3 weeks straight with no days off. And I think I just need a day to turn my brain off in that regard. That's what I'll do. I do have a recap coming of our New York trip. I have a lot of footage to get through. I haven't done a video that robust. Finding it a little bit daunting to go through all of it, but we'll get through it like we always do.